Ladies and gentlemen across the United States, imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a tiny coin that could secretly be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Today we're uncovering the incredible story behind one of the most mysterious coins in American history, the USA Roosevelt Dime honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, a coin that may look ordinary but could hide extraordinary value. During the historic celebration of the United States bicentennial, millions of coins were released into circulation, but collectors believe that a few rare pieces with unique minting details could be hiding in plain sight today. In this video, we're diving deep into the secrets, history, and unbelievable potential value of these coins that might already be sitting in your pocket, your old coin jar, or even a forgotten drawer at home. So if you love hidden treasures, rare discoveries, and the thrill of finding something priceless in everyday life, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us, because the next coin we talk about might just change the way you look at your spare change forever. Let's get started. First up in the world of rare American coins is filled with mystery, excitement, and the possibility of life-changing discoveries, and few coins capture that imagination quite like the 1976 United States bicentennial-era dime associated with the historic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. When people hear the year 1976, they immediately think of the massive national celebration known as the United States bicentennial, a time when America honored 2 centuries of independence and patriotism. During this period, coins circulating across the nation carried powerful symbols of liberty, history, and pride. The dime featuring Roosevelt's left-facing portrait became one of the most recognizable small coins in American pocket change. Yet hidden among ordinary examples, collectors believe that a few extremely rare varieties and minting anomalies may exist that could be worth astonishing amounts of money. The obverse design of the 1976 dime is dominated by the dignified profile of Roosevelt, a leader remembered for guiding the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His portrait appears calm and confident, facing left, with the word liberty proudly placed along the edge of the coin. Just beside his neck sits the powerful national motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that has appeared on many American coins as a reminder of the country's spiritual heritage. For collectors, the smallest details in this design can mean everything. Slight differences in lettering sharpness, unusual spacing between the words, or subtle die imperfections can transform an ordinary 10-cent coin into an object of intense interest within the global coin collecting community. On the reverse side of the coin lies one of the most beautiful yet compact designs ever placed on American currency. At the center stands a vertical torch representing freedom and enlightenment, flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace, and an oak branch representing strength and victory. Above these elements appears the national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one. Surrounding this elegant arrangement are the inscriptions United States of America and the denomination, 1 dime. Although the design itself was originally created decades earlier by sculptor John R. Sinek, it continued to appear on dimes during the bicentennial era, connecting modern Americans with a long tradition of artistic coin design. Many people are surprised to learn that while billions of dimes were minted during the 1970s, a very small number may contain rare minting variations that collectors eagerly search for today. These variations can occur when dies become worn, when metal planchets are misaligned, or when small errors appear during the striking process. A coin with a dramatic error, such as doubled lettering, an off-center strike, or unusual surface texture, can suddenly become incredibly desirable. In the world of numismatics, collectors sometimes pay thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars for unusual examples, especially if the coin is preserved in pristine condition. Another reason these coins attract so much attention is the historical legacy of Roosevelt himself. Before becoming president, Roosevelt helped establish the March of Dimes, a campaign that raised funds to fight polio and support medical research. After his death, the United States chose to honor his contributions by placing his portrait on the dime beginning in 1946. By the time the bicentennial year arrived in 1976, the Roosevelt dime had already become one of the longest-running designs in American coinage, making every example part of a decades-long historical story. The excitement surrounding rare bicentennial-era coins is fueled by the dream that extraordinary value might be hiding in everyday pocket change. Numismatists carefully inspect coins under magnification, studying the shine of the metal, the crispness of the strike, and the tiniest imperfections in the design. A single unusual feature, perhaps a faint doubling in the motto or a misalignment in the date, can dramatically increase a coin's desirability among collectors who specialize in rare mint errors. Condition also plays a critical role in determining value. A coin that has spent decades circulating through cash registers and wallets will naturally show scratches and wear. However, a coin that remained untouched in a bankroll or collection can retain its original mint luster, sparkling almost as brightly as the day it was struck. Collectors use professional grading systems to evaluate these qualities, and a high-grade coin can be worth many times more than the same coin in worn condition. Stories of valuable discoveries continue to inspire collectors around the world. From garage sales to inherited coin jars, people occasionally stumble upon rare pieces they never expected to find. Although most 1976 dimes are worth only their face value, the possibility that a rare variety could exist keeps the excitement alive. Each coin becomes a tiny historical artifact, something that has passed through countless hands while quietly preserving the symbols and ideals of a nation. For enthusiasts, collecting coins is not just about money. It is about holding history in the palm of your hand. Every scratch, every detail, and every symbol on a coin tells a story about the time in which it was created. The bicentennial era was a moment of celebration and reflection for the United States, and coins from that year carry the spirit of that celebration wherever they travel. Beyond the excitement of rare varieties and minting errors, the fascination with the 1976 Roosevelt dime also comes from the historical era in which it circulated. The mid-1970s were a time when the United States was reflecting on 200 years of independence during the United States bicentennial. While special designs appeared on some coins such as quarters and half dollars, the familiar Roosevelt dime continued its long-standing design, quietly moving through everyday commerce while the nation celebrated its past. Because of this, the 1976 dime represents a unique moment when ordinary currency coexisted with extraordinary national celebration, making collectors today look back at these coins with renewed curiosity and appreciation. Serious collectors often study the Roosevelt dime series with incredible patience, examining thousands of coins in search of the perfect specimen. Experts carefully analyze the sharpness of the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the clarity of the word liberty, and the precision of the motto, "In God We Trust." Even the smallest variations in the lettering, spacing, or metal surface can reveal clues about how the coin was struck at the mint. When a particularly sharp example appears, one that shows every design detail exactly as intended by sculptor John R. Cynic, collectors consider it a treasure of craftsmanship and history. Another fascinating element is how these coins travel through time. A single dime might begin its journey in a minting facility, pass through banks and stores, and circulate through the hands of countless people across decades. It may ride in a soldier's pocket, sit in a child's piggy bank, or rest unnoticed in a forgotten jar of coins. Each small piece of currency becomes a silent witness to history, connecting different generations through everyday transactions. This sense of hidden stories makes coin collecting feel almost like detective work, where every coin could hold clues about its past. Ultimately, the mystery surrounding rare coins is what keeps collectors searching year after year. Most people will only ever see ordinary dimes worth 10 cents, but the dream that a rare variety might still be waiting in circulation continues to inspire enthusiasts worldwide. Whether valued for its history, artistry, or potential rarity, the 1976 Roosevelt dime reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry immense historical significance. Sometimes the most ordinary coin in your pocket may not only represent money, but also a fascinating connection to the past and a reminder that remarkable discoveries can still be hiding in the simplest places. So the next time you find a simple dime in your pocket, take a closer look. Examine the portrait, read the inscriptions, and appreciate the artistry that went into its creation. You might be holding nothing more than 10 cents, but you might also be holding a small piece of American history, a coin that has journeyed through decades of change and could still surprise the world with its hidden story and potential value. Next up when people hear the phrase, a simple dime, they usually imagine a small coin worth only 10 cents, something easily forgotten in a pocket or dropped into a jar at home. But history has shown that certain coins can carry stories, mystery, and sometimes astonishing value far beyond their face amount. Among these fascinating pieces is the 1977 United States dime, featuring the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of America's most influential presidents. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but collectors around the world know that within seemingly common coins can hide rare varieties, minting mistakes, and historical importance that transform them into treasures. For passionate collectors and curious treasure hunters, the idea that a tiny 10-cent coin could someday be worth thousands, or even more, creates a sense of excitement that keeps people searching through their spare change every day. The design of the 1977 dime is deeply connected to American history and symbolism. On the front side, known as the obverse, the left-facing portrait of Roosevelt dominates the coin. Around his image appear the powerful words liberty and the national motto, "In God We Trust," both reflecting the ideals the United States was built upon. Roosevelt was chosen for the dime partly because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and also because of his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which fought against polio. Every time someone holds this coin, they are holding a small reminder of a leader who guided the country through some of its most challenging moments. The reverse side of the coin tells an equally meaningful story through its symbols. At the center stands a torch, representing liberty and enlightenment, while an olive branch symbolizes peace, and an oak branch stands for strength and victory. Surrounding these elements is the motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, a phrase that captures the spirit of unity among the states. The words United States of America and one dime frame the design, reinforcing the coin's identity and purpose. Although the imagery might seem simple, collectors appreciate how each element reflects ideals that have shaped the American nation. What makes certain 1977 dimes especially interesting to collectors is not just the design, but the possibility of rare minting variations. Coins are produced in massive quantities by machines, and occasionally small errors occur during the minting process. These errors might include doubled letters, off-center strikes, unusual metal compositions, or missing mint marks. When such mistakes slip past quality control and enter circulation, they can become extremely desirable among collectors because they are unusual and difficult to find. In the world of coin collecting, rarity often turns an everyday object into something extraordinary. During the late 1970s, millions of dimes were struck at the major U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Because of the large numbers produced, most 1977 dimes remain common and are still found in circulation today. However, collectors know that within these huge mintages, there can still be coins in exceptionally well-preserved condition or with unusual characteristics that make them stand out. A dime that has been kept in near-perfect condition, showing sharp details and original shine, can be far more valuable than a worn one that has passed through thousands of hands. Another factor that can dramatically increase a coin's desirability is condition, often graded by professional numismatists using a detailed scale. Coins that appear almost untouched, with crisp lines and brilliant surfaces, are considered mint state. When a coin from 1977 survives for decades without heavy wear, collectors see it as a time capsule from the moment it left the mint. These high-grade examples often attract attention at auctions and among serious collectors because they represent the finest surviving examples of that particular year. The excitement surrounding rare coins is not only about money, it is also about discovery. Many collectors recall the thrill of searching through rolls of coins from banks or jars filled with spare change, hoping to spot something unusual. Sometimes it is a subtle detail, such as an extra line in the lettering or a slightly different shine in the metal, that signals a potentially valuable piece. This sense of exploration makes coin collecting feel almost like modern treasure hunting, where knowledge and patience can lead to remarkable finds. Stories occasionally circulate about coins selling for astonishing prices, which fuels the imagination of collectors and casual hobbyists alike. While most 1977 dimes are worth only their face value, the possibility that a rare variation or exceptional condition could increase its worth makes people look more closely at their coins. This curiosity has inspired generations of collectors to learn about mint marks, production techniques, and the historical context behind each design. Another reason these coins remain fascinating is the historical era they represent. The late 1970s in the United States were a time of economic change, cultural shifts, and technological growth. Coins from this period circulated through millions of transactions, buying groceries, paying bus fares, or dropping into vending machines. Each coin carries with it a silent record of countless everyday moments in American life, making it a small but meaningful artifact of history. For anyone who owns older U.S. coins, the best advice is simple. Take a closer look before spending them. A coin that appears ordinary might hold a unique feature, a pristine condition, or an interesting story that collectors value. Whether or not a particular 1977 dime turns out to be rare, the search itself can be exciting and educational. In the end, coin collecting is not just about profit. It is about history, curiosity, and the thrill of discovering that even the smallest objects can carry extraordinary stories. Another fascinating aspect of the 1977 United States dime is the craftsmanship involved in its creation. Every coin begins as a carefully prepared metal blank that passes through powerful presses at the mint, where immense pressure stamps the intricate design onto its surface. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt is not simply printed. It is sculpted in metal with precise lines and curves that must remain clear even after millions of coins are produced. Skilled engravers and designers work tirelessly to ensure that each detail, from the folds of Roosevelt's coat to the lettering surrounding the portrait, appears sharp and balanced. When collectors examine these coins under magnification, they often admire the remarkable precision that goes into something so small, realizing that even everyday currency can be a miniature work of art. Collectors also become fascinated by the subtle variations that can occur within the same year of minting. A small difference in the alignment of the die, the pressure of the strike, or even the condition of the metal blank can create slight changes in the coin's appearance. Some coins might display stronger details in the torch and branches on the reverse side, while others might have softer lines due to wear in the minting die. These small variations may seem insignificant to most people, but to collectors they represent unique characteristics that help tell the story of how the coin was produced. Over time, studying these details becomes almost like solving a historical puzzle, where every coin reveals a small piece of the larger picture. Another reason the 1977 dime continues to capture attention is the broader excitement surrounding American coin collecting. Throughout the decades, collectors have discovered that coins from ordinary circulation can sometimes carry extraordinary stories or rare features. This has created a culture of careful observation, where enthusiasts examine dates, mint marks, and surface details with great curiosity. Even people who are not professional collectors sometimes develop the habit of checking their change, hoping to find a hidden gem. This simple act transforms everyday transactions into moments of possibility, where a small coin might suddenly reveal itself as something far more interesting than expected. The emotional connection people feel toward old coins is also powerful. A coin from 1977 may have traveled through countless hands, cities, and memories over nearly half a century. It might have been used to buy a newspaper, a cup of coffee, or a child's first candy from a vending machine. These small moments are rarely remembered individually, yet the coin silently carries the history of all those experiences. When collectors hold such a piece, they often imagine the journey it has taken through time, making the coin feel less like an object and more like a witness to everyday life across generations. In the end, the story of the 1977 Roosevelt dime is a reminder that value can exist in many forms. While most examples remain common and worth only their face value, the excitement surrounding rare variations, pristine condition, and historical significance keeps collectors searching and learning. The possibility that a small, overlooked coin could hold something special continues to inspire curiosity around the world. Whether someone is a seasoned numismatist or simply someone checking the coins in their pocket, the humble dime proves that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry history, artistry, and the thrilling possibility of discovery. Next up in the 1978 United States, one dime is not just a piece of metal. It is a time capsule, a whisper from history that connects us directly to the era of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This coin, part of the rare bicentennial series, carries the familiar left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, immortalized in meticulous detail, his expression calm yet commanding, framed by the words liberty and the ever-powerful motto, "In God We Trust." But this is more than just currency. It is a symbol of resilience, prosperity, and the timeless American spirit, encapsulated in a mere 10-cent piece that has the power to stir both the imagination and the heart of a collector. On the reverse side, the coin transforms into a canvas of symbolism, crowned by an eagle with wings spread wide, standing proudly atop a shaft of arrows that signify strength and readiness. Below, the wreath of 2 olive sprays extends a message of peace that is eternally intertwined with the nation's identity. Encircling this imagery, the lettering United States of America and the denomination 1 dime ground the coin in its tangible value, but the additional motto, E pluribus unum, elevates it into the realm of ideals, reminding every holder that this small object embodies the unity and collective spirit of a diverse nation. What makes the 1978 bicentennial dime truly extraordinary is its rarity and the subtle details that set it apart from regular dimes minted that year. The olive branch, torch, and oak branch engraved ahead of the E pluribus unum are not merely decorative, they are emblematic. The olive branch speaks of peace, the torch ignites the flame of liberty, and the oak branch embodies victory and resilience. Each curve and line was etched with care, ensuring that this coin would not just circulate in commerce, but would endure as a collector's treasure and a historical relic of immense significance. Collectors and historians alike marvel at the way these coins have aged. Unlike modern coins, which are mass-produced and lose uniqueness in the millions, the bicentennial dimes carry imperfections that tell stories. Slight variations in minting, the depth of relief on the eagle's feathers, or even the way the torch shines in certain light, can increase a coin's value exponentially. A 1978 bicentennial dime in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, could fetch astonishing sums at auction, as it represents not just a decade, but the culmination of centuries of American craftsmanship and pride. Beyond the artistry, the 1978 1 dime represents the financial possibilities hidden in history. Rare coins from this era, especially those that escaped circulation and were preserved by careful hands, are today considered treasures that could reshape personal fortunes. Some examples have reached collectors for millions of dollars, creating legends within the coin-collecting world. Owning such a piece is not merely a hobby. It is an investment, a literal gateway to wealth that few other tangible assets can match in both historical and monetary significance. The allure of this coin is also deeply emotional. Imagine holding a piece of silver in your hand, a coin that has passed through generations, from the hands of everyday Americans to the grip of collectors who understood its value beyond face. The intricate details, the lettering, the symbolism, the portrait of Roosevelt, are not only a testament to the skill of the mint, but also a reflection of the era's social and political climate. It evokes pride, nostalgia, and a connection to a time when America was defining itself anew in the modern world. Furthermore, the 1978 bicentennial dime captures the imagination because it is part of a series commemorating a monumental event, the bicentennial of the United States. This historical context adds layers of significance, transforming a small, circulating coin into a marker of a nation's 200-year journey. The combination of artistry, history, and rarity makes it irresistibly compelling to both novice collectors and seasoned investors, who recognize that coins like this one are not merely metal, they are storytelling devices, tangible links to the past. Every element of the coin's design has a purpose. From the precise engraving of Roosevelt's profile to the careful spacing of the mottos and symbols, the 1978 dime exemplifies the pinnacle of U.S. minting precision. This is why even minute variations or misprints can create extraordinary demand. A slight shift in the eagle's positioning, or an unexpected engraving anomaly, can elevate an otherwise modest coin into a collector's dream, turning a 10-cent piece into a priceless artifact virtually overnight. Owning a 1978 bicentennial dime is akin to holding a piece of destiny. Beyond its potential financial windfall, it is an emblem of American heritage, a reminder that the ordinary often holds extraordinary value when seen through the lens of history and rarity. Collectors often speak of the thrill of discovery, the moment when a seemingly simple coin reveals its hidden uniqueness and immense worth. It is this thrill, this adrenaline of unearthing history in your palm, that makes the search for rare coins a lifelong passion. The mystique of the 1978 bicentennial dime does not end with its design. Its value is amplified by the stories behind how these coins survived through decades. Unlike the common coins that were exchanged thousands of times daily, the rare ones were often tucked away in pockets, drawers, or hidden collections, untouched by circulation. Each coin carries invisible fingerprints of history, the pressure of minting presses, the tiny scratches from handling, and the subtle discoloration of age, all of which make every piece truly one of a kind. For collectors, discovering one in exceptional condition is like finding a needle in a haystack, a once-in-a-lifetime encounter that can turn curiosity into instant fortune. What elevates this dime even further is the way it embodies the spirit of the American bicentennial celebrations. In 1976, and through the years immediately following, the nation celebrated 200 years of independence with unprecedented pride and creativity, and the minting of these special coins was part of that historic wave. Owning a 1978 dime is like holding a fragment of a nationwide jubilation, a tangible memory of parades, fireworks, and patriotism that defined the era. It is not just currency. It is an artifact of national identity, a coin that tells a story of celebration, remembrance, and unity for anyone who sees it in their hand. The coin market for rare bicentennial dimes is also a theater of excitement, where every auction feels like a high-stakes drama. Dealers, collectors, and investors all compete for the finest specimens, knowing that even small imperfections, or surprising qualities like double strikes or mint errors, can dramatically increase the coin's worth. The thrill is heightened by the rarity factor. The fewer the coins available in perfect condition, the more feverish the demand becomes. A single exceptional 1978 dime could sell for hundreds of thousands, or even reach into the millions, making it not just an item of beauty, but a potential life-changing asset for the lucky collector who knows what to look for. Beyond monetary value, the coin represents a lesson in patience, research, and discernment. Collectors spend years studying the minting processes, learning to identify subtle differences between dimes from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. The depth of the engraving, the spacing of the lettering, the shine of the torch or olive branch, all become critical clues that separate an ordinary coin from a rare masterpiece. In this way, the 1978 bicentennial dime is not just a treasure to be possessed. It is a puzzle to be understood, a challenge for enthusiasts who appreciate history, craftsmanship, and the hidden stories within every tiny detail. Finally, the emotional and symbolic power of holding such a coin cannot be overstated. It is a bridge to the past, a direct connection to the hands that minted it and the Americans who first held it in the late 1970s. To own a 1978 bicentennial dime is to possess a piece of national heritage, a reminder of the enduring values of liberty, unity, and perseverance. For some, it is the thrill of the chase. For others, it is a tangible legacy to pass down to future generations. In every sense, this coin is more than currency. It is a treasure, a story, and a powerful symbol of how even the smallest objects can hold unimaginable worth, capable of changing lives, inspiring passion, and preserving history for centuries to come. In the end, the 1978 United States one dime stands as a bridge between past and present, a coin whose beauty, symbolism, and rarity can captivate anyone who understands its story. For those who hold it, it is more than currency, it is a legacy. Rare coins like this are not to be spent lightly. They are to be preserved, celebrated, and if the opportunity arises, valued in a market where history literally becomes wealth. For anyone lucky enough to own one, the 1978 bicentennial dime is not just a coin. It is a testament to the vision, artistry, and enduring spirit of a nation, a treasure that could change your life forever. Next up in the 2018 bicentennial one dime of the United States is not just a coin. It is a symbol of history, artistry, and unimaginable value. At first glance, you might see only a small piece of metal, but look closer, and you will discover an incredible story carved into every line. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, graces the obverse of this dime, facing left with his calm yet determined gaze. Roosevelt, a man who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, is immortalized here, accompanied by the timeless motto, "In God we trust," a phrase that has inspired generations of Americans. The lettering Liberty boldly encircles his likeness, reminding all who hold this coin of the nation's enduring values and the principles Roosevelt championed. But the story of the 2018 bicentennial dime is even richer on the reverse. Here, an eagle spreads its wings in majestic flight, standing firmly on a shaft of arrows while a wreath of olive sprays curves beneath. Every element is symbolic, the arrows representing strength and readiness, and the olive branches symbolizing peace. Surrounding this striking image are the coin's face value and the proud inscriptions, United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, phrases that echo the founding spirit of the nation. Some of the most dedicated coin collectors believe that coins like this carry not just monetary value, but the weight of history itself, an irreplaceable connection to America's past. What makes the 2018 bicentennial dime particularly extraordinary is its rarity and the care taken in its creation. Unlike standard circulating coins, these special editions are often struck with meticulous precision, ensuring every detail, from Roosevelt's lifelike expression to the feathers on the eagle's wings, is crisp and perfect. This attention to detail turns a simple dime into a miniature masterpiece of artistry. Collectors around the world hunt tirelessly for coins like this because even the smallest imperfection can dramatically increase its value. The scarcity of such pristine examples makes them incredibly desirable, turning them into treasures that can command jaw-dropping prices at auctions. But rarity alone does not explain why some 2018 bicentennial dimes could potentially make you wealthy beyond imagination. Many of these coins are in mint condition, untouched since they left the U.S. Mint. Over the years, the combination of historical significance, meticulous craftsmanship, and limited availability has driven collectors to pay extraordinary sums to acquire one. Some rare examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, while the most exceptional specimens, with flawless details and perfect preservation, have reached prices in the hundreds of thousands. In a world where tangible assets can outshine stocks in real estate, rare coins like this are a powerful way to preserve and grow wealth. Beyond the numbers, the 2018 bicentennial dime carries a story within its design that is worth more than any auction price. Ahead of the motto, E pluribus unum, the olive branch, torch, and oak branch tell a story of peace, liberty, and victory. Each of these symbols connects the holder to the ideals that built the United States and reflects the nation's journey through challenges and triumphs. Holding such a coin is like holding a piece of the American spirit in your hands, an artifact that whispers stories of courage, vision, and progress to anyone who appreciates the weight of history. For collectors, these coins are more than just metal. They are keys to unlocking fortune. The 2018 bicentennial dime is especially sought after because it represents a turning point in modern numismatics, blending historical reverence with contemporary craftsmanship. Those who study the market know that a single well-preserved dime can outpace years of conventional investment, as demand for these rare pieces continues to soar. Coin enthusiasts and investors alike watch carefully for each sale, aware that opportunities like this appear once in a generation. Owning such a coin is not merely a hobby. It is a potential legacy, an inheritance of history and value that could span centuries. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in a forgotten drawer or inherited from a family member who never knew its true worth. In a single moment, your life could change dramatically. The mere presence of a rare 2018 bicentennial dime in your possession could attract attention from collectors, investors, and museums willing to pay extraordinary sums. It is no exaggeration to say that some of these coins could turn an ordinary citizen into a millionaire overnight, simply because the combination of rarity, condition, and historical importance creates a perfect storm of value. This is the magic of coin collecting, small pieces of metal holding enormous potential. The market for rare U.S. coins is as thrilling as it is unpredictable. While many dimes exist in everyday circulation, only a select few 2018 bicentennial coins are in mint condition or carry unique features sought by elite collectors. Some might have slight variations in minting, subtle die errors, or perfect luster that sets them apart. Each of these tiny details can increase the coin's worth exponentially. The hunt for such coins is both an intellectual challenge and a high-stakes adventure, as collectors and investors scour estate sales, auctions, and private collections to uncover treasures hiding in plain sight. Owning a 2018 bicentennial dime is also a way to preserve American heritage. It is a tangible reminder of Roosevelt's leadership, the nation's resilience, and the artistry of U.S. coinage. Beyond its financial value, the coin holds cultural and emotional significance, making it a priceless object for history enthusiasts and collectors alike. Displaying it carefully, preserving its condition, and understanding its story connects you directly to America's past, turning your collection into a living narrative of achievement, sacrifice, and ingenuity. Every 2018 bicentennial dime carries a hidden allure that few truly understand. Beyond its gleaming surface lies the incredible power of rarity, combined with historical prestige. Collectors and investors often describe the feeling of holding one of these coins as almost magical, as if the weight of history is physically in their hands. Each contour, every engraved line, tells a story not just of a nation, but of the people who lived through the eras it commemorates. The craftsmanship speaks volumes, even the smallest details, from the folds in Roosevelt's jacket to the intricate feathers on the eagle, reveal a level of precision that transforms a dime into a miniature work of art. For anyone fortunate enough to own such a coin, it's not just an object. It's an experience, a direct connection to the heartbeat of America's past. The value of the 2018 bicentennial dime is not fixed. It grows as history continues. With each passing year, fewer coins remain in pristine condition, and the ones that do become increasingly rare and coveted. Collectors across the globe understand this dynamic, fueling a competitive market that elevates the worth of each coin beyond ordinary imagination. Unlike conventional investments that fluctuate unpredictably, rare coins have an inherent stability grounded in their scarcity and historical significance. In many ways, the 2018 bicentennial dime is like a time capsule, preserving the essence of an era while simultaneously acting as a financial instrument with remarkable potential. Every auction, every private sale, and every appraisal adds another layer to the story of its growing value. Beyond money and rarity, there is a psychological thrill in owning a coin like this. The 2018 bicentennial dime is more than a collectible. It is a symbol of achievement for those who recognize its worth before others. Imagine the quiet satisfaction of holding something that might one day make headlines for its value. A piece of history that has survived decades, untouched and unappreciated by most, now sitting in your hands. This sense of exclusivity is intoxicating. It reminds collectors that in a world where much of life is fleeting, some treasures endure, waiting for those with the patience, knowledge, and vision to claim them. It's a thrilling intersection of history, investment, and prestige.